Yeah. Hi guys, welcome to the live session on C++. So before you write any program in C++, you have to understand two things. How are we going to read input in C++ and how are you going to write output in C++? Okay. So any language, if you want to learn, you have to learn these two things. Let's see them in detail. Okay. So we are going to, if you have program, see any program generally has to read some input and it has to write the output. Otherwise we don't write a program, right? If it is not input and output. So if you want to have that input and output working in your, program, then you have to include Iostream. So Iostream is the header file that contains the definitions, definitions of all the IO related items. So for example, you have objects like so what is an object? We didn't discuss about it. We'll discuss objects later. See, there is a small problem here. I have to talk about the objects now, but without objects you will not be able to go forward. But if I discuss objects now itself, you might not understand it. Okay, let's take C++, just how we took C programming language. We want to teach the basic concepts, and wherever some high level concepts are necessary, we'll just look at it from a very high level. We are not going to in-depth explanation about it. We'll do it later. Okay, for now understand that there is C in, C out, C er and C log. These are the objects that are used for reading and writing. So C in, the name itself says it is an input stream, and C out, it is an output stream, and C er is again a stream which is generally used for debugging, and C log is also used to monitor or produce logs. Most of the programs, they produce logs whenever you do for example, let us say a router. When a router is running and if there is a problem in the router, then as an admin I will be interested in looking at the log file, like what are all the activities that have happened. So it is a good programming practice to log the activities in a file. So for that C log is used, but as we are not going to write the code which is used in production, we'll be skipping this part. We'll mostly be not using C log. Okay, but it is there. That is what I mean to say. And these four are most commonly used for input output. Okay, and they all come as a part of C++ standard library. You need not write anything. You can just use them for input and output, and they are all part of the standard library. Okay. Coming to cout, cout is an object of type Ostream. So don't worry about this line at all. Cout is an object of some type. Every object is going to be of some type. Okay, so don't worry about it now. The cout object is said to be connected to the standard output device, generally a screen. So you can think of cout as if it is connected to a screen. Okay, and then we are going to use this less than left shift operator. So the left shift operator is also called as insertion operator. Okay, stream insertion operator. So it is also a left shift, but there is something called as overloading. So when you see left shift given to numbers, that is left shift, and then when you see it given to a stream, that is actually stream insertion operator. So this is actually going to write something onto the output. Okay, so if you see here I have written cout left shift message. This might not be visible to you, don't worry. After this slide is over, we'll open this editor and we'll show you the code. Okay, so for now just see this. And the next one is cin. So cin is object is used to read something from the input, generally the keyboard. Okay, you can think of cin as if it is connected to the keyboard, and you are going to use right shift operator for it, and we'll show you in the program how to write it. It is also called as stream extraction operator. And then we are going to have endl. So endl is a kind of new line. So if you know /n in C, endl is like that. Okay, now Jay Bansal will explain you about the namespace. Okay,
Okay, so in the program, we'll show you that we will be using the line using namespace std. So we need to understand what a namespace is. Okay, so in computing, a namespace is a set of signs that are used to identify and refer to objects of various kinds. Okay, so we can have the same name in different scopes. So what is a scope now? So in a C++ program, so we have already shown, right, the curly braces. So whatever you write in two curly braces defines a scope. So, and whatever objects you are defining in one particular scope is visible to that scope only, right? And if you want to use an object without classification, so without qualification, so what qualification means? So here we can see that std colon vector is written, which means that vector is written in std scope. Okay, so this is also called as the scope resolution operator. Okay, so we are resolving the scope for this vector object and we are saying that it is written in the std scope. And when we write using namespace std in the beginning of a code, it says that all the objects written right now which are used as a part of the library, the Iostream library, will be in the std namespace only. Okay, so that's what this namespace means, and that's what this resolution operator means. Okay, so now we'll show you a demo that how to run the hello world program and how to run the input output and the program input output program in C++. So here we can see the hello world program. It's written in the Sublime text editor only. So this is just a text file saved with a .cpp extension as mentioned in the first lecture. So this uses cout. So here we are resolving the scope of cout here itself. Instead, we could also return using namespace std in the top of the program. Okay.
Increase the size of it.
Okay. Yeah. So this is written in Sublime text and the file is saved with an extension .cpp. Right. Now we'll use the terminal to execute the program. So firstly you need to go to the folder where this file is present. Okay, so now I am in the folder where this file is present, helloworld.cpp. Now we'll use the command g++ to compile the file. Okay, so this basically compiles the helloworld.cpp file and store its object code in the file hello, right? And now to execute it, we just do /hello. So we can see that hello world is printed on the screen, right? So this is how you can compile and execute a C++ program on the terminal in Linux. Fine. Now let's see how to use the IDE. So this is the CLine IDE. Yeah, so this part is the project workspace. You can see the files which belong to the current folder which you are working on. So we are currently working on the main.cpp file. So this is the main.cpp file. Whenever you create a new project in CLine, file and new project, this main.cpp file will automatically be created. So you can write your code in main.cpp and then use this green button over here to compile and run the program written in main.cpp. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so here we have learned about cin and cout. So cout firstly writes the string which is after the left shift operator, right? Then enter your name. And now the program expects something. So what is this character and array? We'll see it later. But for now, let's assume that there is a space for 50 characters in name, and the program expects us to write something which will be stored in this name. Okay, so the program is expecting something right now. So let's write the name. Okay, so now we can see that yeah, cout is in action. So hello is printed, and after that the name is printed, and after that this exclamation mark is printed, and then we have end line. So this is how you can execute a program in CLAN. You need not worry about anything like G++ or commands and all. So it takes care of everything. So yeah, that's how you can run the IO program.
So hi guys, you might not have understood namespace very well right now, but later we are going to do it in depth. Okay, so generally what happens is a simple rule is like this. Okay, so I'll explain you. Generally, if you have blocks, okay, then within a block, if you define a variable that is visible within a block, right? And now you see, generally if you have block and if you have a variable here, that variable is visible inside the block, right? And now if you want to use this variable somewhere else but it is not defined there, then you have to use this namespace. Okay, so that is called as namespace, right? So this concept will be very new to you if you are coming from C background. So to simplify it, you can think of it like this. I have defined a variable somewhere, but I'm using it somewhere, right? Then how should I use it? So that is why you can use the namespace, and you can use using that particular namespace. Okay, the line is using some particular namespace. Okay, and what happens is when you have a very big project, then many people will be working on it in simultaneously, right? And everyone will use the same variable name. For example, let us say many people are using the same variable name. Then there will be a confusion when all this code actually starts together, working together, right? So there you have to specifically mention which namespace are you talking about, right? So that is about namespacing, right? And the next one is, as Jay has explained you, so he tried to show you how to write a program in CLAN. CLAN is an IDE. Okay, see what is that we are trying to show is, one is that okay, so one is that you can actually write a program in a editor, that is fine, and you can compile it separately in the terminal. Okay, you can do it that way. Other way is, if you want everything to be at one place, compiling, running, as well as debugging and project management, as well as version control, if you want to do all this for a big project, then it is advisable to work on CLAN. And Jay has also explained you how CLAN works. Okay, in CLAN, when you go to there is in the top left, you are going to have something called as project. Click on that and you create new project. Automatically main file is going to be created, and you write the program in the main file, and then at the bottom left you are going to have a green button, right? So if you click on that green button, it is automatically going to compile and execute. Okay, that is what he's trying to say. Anyway, for all the these problems, we are going to give you code, and we are going to open CLAN and explain it. Okay, so don't worry about it. For coming to C, especially C++ or any programming, it is better that we show you the code. Okay, so in every lecture we are going to show you the code. And today's live session, we have conducted it for 10-15 minutes. Okay, but from tomorrow we'll increase the time. Every live session will be around half an hour. Okay, that way you will be able to finish the syllabus fast. Okay, from tomorrow you are going to get half an hour sessions, right? Yeah, and for those who are new, if you are serious about GATE, you can register for GATE using my code RRCS. You will get 10% discount. There are a lot of educators teaching in GATE platform. You can watch we can listen, you can watch any of their classes. It is not that you are going to get only my classes, right? And second thing is, if you are serious about competitive programming and if you want to get into product-based companies, you register for the competitive programming course. Even though we are teaching on YouTube, still you will get a lot of lot of content on plus platform. There will be a lot of educators. That is one thing. And second thing is your resumes will be also forwarded to product based companies, right? So you are going to get a lot of benefits. Okay, so if you are serious about GATE or competitive programming, you can register for that. And if you want to register for GATE and competitive programming, take a combo. So there is a combo available, GATE plus competitive programming. Take